Today, I am proud to say that I am getting better every day by day, at accepting life. Some of the things that I was not accepting was one, that the folks closest to me would let me down. I was very resistant to, they had to be a certain way, and if they did let me down, I had to cut them off. Two, that I had to be the best at everything, including this right here, YouTube, that my videos had to be perfect. I had to look perfect. I had to look on par. I had to look good. I had to edit them perfectly. I had to invest money into getting them edited professionally. And three, that I was not accepting that only I could give myself value. I was constantly searching outside of me externally to feel like it was okay to be here. So starting off with, people closest to you will let you down, and that is okay. I definitely am someone that comes from a family that expected highly out of everyone and everything, and though that strove us to achieve great things, it kind of transferred over into everything, and everybody around us in our vicinity had to be, well, perfect. Very high expectations, and it's funny because I learned this from my upbringing, specifically my parents, and that did help me to get like good grades in school and go to college and things like that, though I didn't graduate. I actually started to do that with them. I expected so much out of them, and it got to a point where I had to distance myself from them and almost cut them out of my life just because I expected so much out of them. After I came out as gay, it definitely was a shift in the way that they treated me, and I compared myself from how they treated me to how they treated my siblings. And the love and celebration of who I was as a person just wasn't as evident as it was from my other siblings. And that hurt a lot, and that began the cycle of people that hurt me do not have access to me. You are not allowed to be in my life. And that process started to push a lot of people out of my life. And now today I've learned to accept that the people closest to you, specifically my partner right now, he lets me down, and that is okay. And the reason why that is okay is because he's human. Nobody's perfect. Nobody can be everything that you want them to be. Just like I can't be everything that he wants me to be, nor what my parents want me to be. So the biggest thing that I've learned with this is we're human beings. We are all human beings. We are doing the best that we can. And that's been something that's hard for me to believe when I look at other folks and I'm being judgmental and I'm saying they could do better. But you don't know that person's story. You don't know what they have gone through. Prime example, my parents' relationship with their parents was not the best. So they were coming from a lot of nothing and just trying to figure out and learn how to be good parents. And then they had a gay son. So it's like, how do we navigate this? Specifically when we also have very religious beliefs. And that had to be tough for them. So I just learned to meet them where they were at instead of expecting them to be where I wanted them to be. And just let them be who they are and allow them to be in my life to a point that it feels comfortable, but not completely cutting them off. And just another little side bit, communication is a big thing. I had to speak up and express how I was feeling, and through that has definitely helped us to create a very, what am I even saying? A much more harmonious and healthy relationship. And I definitely want to do a video on this because I feel like that's very common in the community. Just our relationship with our parents, specifically in the Black gay community, can be very much tarnished by us just being who we are. The next thing that I wasn't accepting was that, or I was believing that I had to be the best at everything, and I now accept that I do not have to be the best at everything. The burnout was getting completely real and just trying to almost strive for this perfection, and that was really, I'm sorry, definitely should pause and then do all that, but even right there is like feeling like I always have to be on. I have to always look good. I always have to speak good. I always have to have the perfect script. I have to have the best camera. I have to have the best editing. And that perfectionism pushed me further away from doing what I love to do, which is talk to you all about issues in the community and relate and just feel love and appreciation and seen. Like, this is not just about me talking to you through camera. Like, I love discussing these topics further with you all in the comments below. Actually, today I have a phone call set up with someone that was so just, I don't know, I don't want to say inspired because I'm not them. I don't know how they felt about it. But for me, it was enough that they were moved to the point where they went from a comment to an email to a phone call because they wanted to discuss this further. And for me, that is very validating because I've experienced a lot of tough stuff just coming out of the closet and being in the community, being in the gay community, and especially as a Black man. And it's kind of tough when you have this kind of like different perspective. So I feel like my platform is a community, but I was allowing that perfectionism. It had to be perfect. I have to have this lighting and that to deliver. And just being my raw, authentic, unedited self, accepting that this is enough. Gosh, how much that has helped me to just accept reality and not resist it and push it away. And it just has allowed me to become a much happier, confident, just easygoing human being. The third and final thing that I wasn't accepting was that I am the only person that can give myself value. I was very good at people pleasing. I learned how to assess a situation and figure out who I needed to be, how I needed to be, and what I needed to do to make a positive outcome, and became very addicted to that, and that transferred into my value. I felt like I have value because I can be whoever people need me to be. I can create a happy room. I can make people happy. I can just do all these things to just make it seem like you want me in your life. People would give me attention. People would invite me to things. People would call me. People would text me because I would stop everything and do whatever they needed me to do. A big component of this, again, is just my upbringing, where that was kind of a role that I had to play to support my parents because our upbringing was just a little bit tough. We had high expectations and things that we all wanted to accomplish and just didn't want to be in a unsafe environment, didn't want to be broke, didn't want to end up, just, a statistic where I would be like strung out on drugs or incarcerated, which that is something that is in the history or other family members deal with. And I think my parents worked so hard to combat that, and it was kind of tough because that meant I had to do a lot of work as well, but so did my other siblings. But what I learned from that was I can be everything my parents need me to be and they'll be happy with me. But if I did anything that deviated from that, they were not happy with me. So I got picked up very quickly on everything that I needed to be, how I needed to act, how I needed to talk. And that turned into, I feel like I'm a good boy. I have value. They want me in their life. They want to keep me. And that was dictated on me being perfect. And yeah, I turned that people-pleasing perfectionism into, that means it's okay for me to be here. I get to be here. People will choose me because I'm perfect, and that equated to my value. And I learned that that is exhausting, and it will quickly lead to burnout, and that you can only give yourself value. Now, I'm not saying that I don't do stuff for other folks, but now I take care of myself so that I can do stuff for other folks. Prime example is YouTube right here. Is I had other stuff to take care of for myself, my own mental health, and now I'm able to pour a little bit more out, pour out a couple more videos, and this is for you all. Like, my cup is full and now I have extra and I'm giving it to you. But I have to take care of myself first, and I have to love myself first, and I have to realize that even if I don't do anything, just my presence, just me being myself, there's value in that. And I definitely want to make another video to dig deeper into this because I think it's like a very big mindset shift specifically for our community, because I think that we believe that we have to do a lot of different things, from look a certain type of way to acting a certain type of way to get value, to feel like it is okay to be here. And from my journey, from my experience, that is not true. If anything, it's the opposite of the truth. It makes you feel less valuable, and it makes you feel even more exhausted when you feel like your value is held in the hands of other folks. So accepting that other people will let me down, and that is okay. It is okay. Nobody is perfect. And that I do not have to be the best at everything. And finally, that only I can give myself value. Accepting these things has helped me tremendously to just accept life exactly as it is. I no longer have this fear of reality or this like protection, or that I have to like hold myself in this just kind of like bubble, which I made a great video where I was discussing this and just my experience as being a Black gay man and feeling like I had to defend and protect myself, which I definitely would recommend checking that out. But I think that just kind of accepting things as they are has helped liberate me from that just tightly closed, fearful mindset and just being combative with reality. And these are just 3 points that I have kind of embraced and accepted and have been okay with. Life is not perfect. Nothing is perfect. And I think us striving to make everything perfect and make everything the way that we want it to be is the opposite of freedom, liberation, and happiness. So I hope you all got something out of this video. Please smash the like button. That helps me to determine what I should talk more about, what videos work better. And let me know in the comments. Every time I get feedback, even if it's negative, like it helps me to understand you all better, what you would like to see, and just how I can get back to the community and how we can create this community. On that note, remember to be the change that you wish to see and take care of yourself.